You ever notice how everyone lies? Not the dramatic Netflix crime documentary lies. No, no. I'm talking about the little stupid everyday lies that slip out of our mouths faster than we can blink. Like when someone asks, "Are you almost here?" And you say, "Yep, 5 minutes away," while you're literally still in your towel deciding what shirt makes you look like your life isn't falling apart. Or when your friend texts, "Did you sleep?" And you reply, "Yes," even though you've been awake since 3 a.m., arguing with imaginary people in imaginary scenarios. And the worst one, when someone says, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "I'm fine," even though mentally you feel like a cracked phone screen held together by pure willpower and hopes. The psychology behind it is actually hilarious. Humans lie because we want to protect our image, our feelings, and our fragile little egos. And trust me, my ego? Ha! My ego is so delicate you could drop it from a table and it would shatter like a cheap wine glass. Half the time I'm lying just to avoid looking like a confused potato. You ever lie because the truth would make you look way too human? Someone says, "Did you do that thing I asked?" And you're like, "Working on it." Meanwhile, you haven't even started. You didn't even start to start. Your brain is just buffering like a slow Wi-Fi connection. But here's the funniest psychological twist. Most of the time, we don't lie to deceive. We lie to survive, to avoid drama, to avoid judgment, to avoid someone saying, "Why would you do that?" Because honestly, I don't know why I do half the things I do. I'm just out here navigating life like it's an escape room with no clues. Psychology calls these self-preservation lies. I call them "I'm trying my best" lies. And once you start lying, just one tiny lie, oh, it grows legs. You lie once and suddenly you're the author of a whole fictional novel. For example, you tell someone you're busy. Boom. Now you have to create an entire imaginary schedule, characters, locations, events, a whole storyline. Someone asks, "Where were you?" And suddenly, you're describing a meeting with your boss who doesn't even exist, at a company you do not work for, discussing a project you definitely made up on the spot. Now you're stuck. You've lied yourself into a lifestyle you can't afford emotionally, spiritually, or physically. Then the universe, because it loves drama, decides to expose you. Every liar has one moment when they get caught, and it feels like the world pauses just to laugh at you. Your brain instantly betrays you. You forget what you said. You forget that you forgot what you said. Someone asks a simple question like, "Wait, but didn't you say..." And suddenly, you're sweating like you're being interrogated by the FBI. Your heartbeat is in your ears. Your dignity packs its bags and leaves the chat. And instead of telling the truth, what do? We panic lie. We throw in more lies like seasoning. We start explaining the lies with more lies until we can't even keep track anymore. It turns into psychological jazz, freestyle dishonesty. But the emotional part is this. We lie because the truth sometimes feels too heavy to carry in public. We lie because the real us feels too messy, too uncertain, too vulnerable. We lie because we're scared someone will look at the real us and say, "Oh, that's you?" But honestly, that fear is wild because everyone else is also lying. We're all literally scared of each other for the same reasons. It's like a global group project where nobody knows what they're doing, but everyone is pretending to have the answer key. Most of our lies are driven by insecurity. Psychologists call it impression management. Basically, we lie to look cooler, smarter, happier, healthier, more controlled than we actually are. We lie to avoid disappointing people. We lie to avoid confrontation. We lie to hide the fact that some days our confidence is so low that even our own reflection feels like a guest we didn't invite. And when we think we're lying to other people half the time, we're actually lying to ourselves. I'm okay. I'm fine. It's not that big of a deal. When deep down, we know we're holding ourselves together with duct tape and late-night motivational quotes. And yet, Here's the plot twist we never admit out loud. Our lies make us feel connected. Weirdly enough, everyone lying creates this big, silent understanding that nobody actually has it all together. We all have embarrassing truths we hide. We all have fears we downplay. We all have moments of insecurity where we patch the truth with a smile and hope nobody notices the crack. And that shared chaos? That's human behavior at its core. Messy, funny, emotional, and always trying to look a little better than yesterday. But here's the absurd, entertaining part. Imagine if people told the truth all the time. Like real truth. Brutal truth. Someone asks, "Are you coming to the party?" And you say, "Absolutely not, because my social battery is dead and your friends scare me." Someone asks, "How's life?" And you answer, "I'm 3 steps away from losing it, but thank you for asking." Someone offers you a project, and you say, "I cannot handle even one more responsibility, or I will disintegrate." Society would collapse. We'd be too honest to function. Maybe that's why lying exists, just to keep the world from exploding. And after all that chaos, here's the final realization. We lie because we're human, imperfect, confused, scared, hopeful, trying. And sometimes the lie is just a clumsy way of saying, "I'm not ready to show you all of me yet." But the truth, the raw, unfiltered truth, most people aren't even paying enough attention to judge you. They're too busy managing their own lies. So yeah, keep trying, keep growing, keep telling the truth when you can and when you can't. At least make the lie interesting. Life's already dramatic, you might as well add a plot twist.